Good day everyone, this is Alvin again from the Philippines and welcome to my part 2 segment for today, Top 10 Favorite Evening Gown Performances in a National Pageant heading into Miss Universe 2022. Welcome! So this is already part 2, my top 10 favorite performances, evening gown performances in a national pageant from the candidates that will be competing at Miss Universe 2022. Part 1 was already uploaded, which is the top 10 swimsuit performances. This is for the evening gown. So let's see if we share the same ladies in the top 10 and who surprised you on my list. I would love to know your favorites as well later. So let's begin the countdown, starting with my number 10, Thailand. Anna Suwangam Iyam, she just won it easily every time she comes out on stage. I mean, she just radiates differently, and seeing her in that red dress was just amazing. I mean, she always managed to deliver a subtle but clean walk and performance. I actually like her dramatic gestures at the end of the runway, but I'm not sure if that would work effectively at Miss Universe stage. I'm not sure if she's going to do that again, but I'm not sure. We'll see. Number 9 goes to Peru. Alessia Roveno. The gown choice was incredible. I love the modern details, but the cut of the gown also appears like a classic vintage, which is a very good mix. Performance-wise, I think Alessia carried it incredibly well, and every time she does her pose in gown was perfect. It was just a clear, picturesque shot. My number 8 goes to Jamaica. The Shami Alvin. One thing that caught my attention while I was reviewing Jamaica's profile before was the evening gown round. I just felt like she looked immaculate in that round. The styling and gown selection was screaming Miss Universe ready already. She clearly owned that night when she came out on that round, and the yellow, perfect color for her. Very, very good choice of gown. Number 7 goes to Vietnam. Nguyen Thi Ngoc Chau. Honestly, I wasn't a huge fan of her gown, but she was able to carry it with so much elegance, grace, and sophistication. It doesn't have much details where she can execute her playful skills on the runway, but on the other hand, it is a good strategy to show that she can still nail it by just simply showcasing her skill through walking, beauty as well, and elegance. So I love that as well. Number 6 goes to Curacao. Gabriela Dos Santos. Gabriela's gown was a little bit too much to me, especially with all the extra cape, but she was able to balance everything by giving a strong performance so that the gown doesn't overpower her. I think that's just a commendable skill, and that she was able to make sure that it was her walk, and her aura that will stand out, and not just the physical gown itself. So I love that. Number 5 goes to Venezuela. Amanda Dudamel. I was so in love with her gown selection. I mean, it was definitely a winning gown, and she looked like a winner already when she came out during the evening gown round competition. The details were mind-blowing, and although we didn't really get to see much of her catwalk skills because of how the gown was designed, she still managed to shine thanks to her elegance, charisma, and overall look. Number 4, Mexico. Irma Miranda. Irma's evening gown performance reminded me again of how much I loved her. Honestly, if she could elevate, but of course not overdo, her evening gown look at the national finals, she could be a strong contender for the finals of Miss Universe. I mean, I just think the styling and gown selection were perfect during that night, as it made her look like a really strong contender. I also love how she carried it with confidence, and I am loving her facial expressions. Clearly one of the best. So right now she wasn't in my pre-arrival, but I'm really hoping that she could be able to give, as what I've said earlier, at least on the same vibe or much better than the national finals. Number 3 goes to Cambodia. Manita Hang. I mean, this was also the national performance that made us super excited about Manita and Cambodia for Miss Universe. I mean, it was just a solid, strong performance. Her styling that night was out of this world. I mean, it was just pure perfection. And for someone like her that comes from a country that isn't big yet at Miss Universe, I mean, that performance means so much. I mean, that ignited that fire of excitement not only to Cambodian fans but to many pageant fans who loved Manita, who loved Cambodia. So I am so glad that she was able to live up to the hype, to keep that excitement now that the competition is really, really close. So thank you very much. Number 2, Puerto Rico. Ashley Ann Carino. Ashley was the real deal when she came out during the evening gown round. I love the gown choice. She illuminated the entire stage with her presence, and even the pose that she did with the camera was above her. Beautiful, dramatic in a really, really good way. I really love that. It was just majestic to watch. So Puerto Rico excites me too. But of all evening gown national pageant performances, my number 1 goes to the Philippines. Celeste Cortesi. The gown that she wore suits her perfectly, and everything about her styling that night was just done so well. I mean, the performance alone deserved the Miss Universe stage. She walked with so much charisma and charm, and that's something that naturally comes out of Celeste, and that also made her a strong threat performance-wise coming into Miss Universe. I mean, once someone comes out and give an effortless performance and nail it every time, that's what you call consistency, and that's what I see in Celeste. So very excited for her too, especially for the gown, because it's always a surprise to all of us. So that's it. These are my top 10 favorite evening gown national pageant performances. So I would love to know your thoughts as well, and whether your favorite made it in the list or not. So don't forget to leave your comments below. Don't forget to give a thumbs up and share the video as well. And most importantly, don't forget to subscribe, because you'll be seeing more of these videos in the future. For now, thank you very much and have a wonderful day from the Philippines.